I love adding a bit of color to my face, but I don't really love using products that don't feel good on my skin. I break out easily, my eyes get itchy, and things take forever to remove from my face. So I decided to create a DIY blush balm that is natural, easy to make, long-lasting, and costs just a fraction of what you would pay for a store-bought product. I ended up making 3 test batches before I got to this one. The first one turned out too grainy, the second one as well, and the third one was too soft, oily, and kinda clumpy. After playing around with different ratios and ingredients, I finally made this super silky, simple blush balm, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's made with just 4 base ingredients plus mica powder, which is what adds the color and the sparkle. First ingredient is castor oil. It's very thick, which helps the blush glide on the skin, keeps the pigments in place, and creates a smooth, even blend. Next is refined shea butter. I use refined shea butter because when I tested a few batches with unrefined shea, the texture turned out clumpy and uneven. Refined shea butter adds creaminess, firmness, and that soft, buttery texture we're looking for. I also added a very small amount of candelilla wax. It gives the blush a bit of structure, but it still stays creamy and easy to apply. We also need cornstarch. It helps reduce greasiness, improves glide, and makes the balm feel more velvety on the skin. Finally, the mica powders. I used pink one for the main rosy tone, silver one for brightness and extra sparkle, and a touch of bronze to add depth and natural warmth. To make the blush balm, it's best to melt the wax first. In this video, you'll see that I added everything together, but then I noticed that the wax took ages to melt. After filming this, I repeated the process and melted the wax first, which worked much better. So once the wax is melted, you can add the shea butter, castor oil, cornstarch, and your mica powders. Another important thing here, fill a pot with just a little bit of water and heat it just until it starts to steam. Then remove it from the heat. If the water is boiling, the mixture can overheat, which can affect the final texture. Okay, here you can clearly see that the wax takes the longest to melt, which is why it's best to start with it and then add everything else. This is also the moment where you can adjust the color. Add more pink, bronze, or silver mica, depending on what you like. Once everything is melted and fully combined, remove it from the heat and add a few drops of vitamin E. Then transfer the mixture into a small aluminum tin. This recipe made about 20 grams, but it only filled one 10-gram tin, since some of the product stays on the sides of the jar and it's really hard to scrape out. Put the lid on and let it set. Because quite a lot of the blush stayed in the jar and solidified, I decided to test the color right away, and I honestly really loved it. It's slightly pink and rosy, with a warm bronze tone and lots of sparkle. It feels very smooth and it's really easy to apply on the skin. Here I'm showing how it looks on my face, and again, I'm really happy with the result. The more you apply, the more intense the color becomes. But if you accidentally apply too much, you can easily blend it out with your fingers. I personally prefer just a small amount. A soft wash of color applied more towards the outer part of my face. I also decided to try it on my eyes, and I really liked how it looked there as well. After wearing it for a few hours, I did notice that it gathered slightly in one spot on my eyelids, so I just blended it out again with my fingers. Honestly, that didn't bother me too much. Even commercial products do the same thing sometimes. What I really love is how just a bit of this blush on my cheeks and eyes makes such a big difference. It adds warmth, color, and glow without needing to apply 10 different products. You can also play around with the mica powders and create the exact shade you want. And in the end, it works out to be so much cheaper than store-bought ones. And honestly, it works just as well, if not better. Let me know if you would like to see more DIY makeup like this, or if there is a product you would want me to try making next. If you want more details, I've shared the full DIY recipe and extra tips on my blog. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.